I have to tell you, we're standing on an Indian village next to the river. Are you aware of that? Okay. In the 70s, not the 1970s, or that was the 1970s, I came down here because I found out that they were doing, the university was doing a survey right in there. So I came down to watch. They did finish their survey. These are students from the university. So they left and they did their report. I came down again to look again because I lived up by the airport, and there was a bulldozer going by. I called the Corps of Engineers. I said, "They're bulldozing." He said, "No, they're not." I said, "Yes, they are." Now the story is, now that's 40 years ago, they said that I almost was run over by a bulldozer. But what I did was, I just told them that they had to stop bulldozing this area because they had been working on the survey of documenting this Indian village here next to the river. I'm very proud of everybody who has come today to the river, the Duwamish River. If you don't remember anything, Duwamish means the people of the inside. We have a river. We're not allowed to fish in it, but that's okay. Maybe in 1,000 years we'll clean it up, right? Well, you have to be positive. You have to be positive. You have to be positive. Okay, I'm a little far-fetched on that, but look what's happened to get it polluted in the first place. Why wasn't all these people along the river taken to task as the years went by? Yes, but it's today, and I must tell you that. Tell you a little story about this area, that we're very honored because we're on an Indian village. I don't know what the name is, but there is. But there were villages all along the Duwamish River. And I want you to know that even though we're here, it's sacred land. And they never found any bodies because we didn't plant our people, or we didn't bury along our village. We took them up into the woods. They said they even put them in the trees and then buried them. So there's no remains here, but anyway, it's a sacred ground. I'm so happy you're here at this village, and I hope you have a good day, because it is going to be a good day, isn't it? Yeah. Let me see, what else I was going to tell you. Oh, congratulations to the John Beale Awards. Is there 1 or 2 or 3 or a whole bunch? 5? Oh my, congratulations. Anyway, I just want to let you know that I thank you for the fellowship that we're all together. John's here. Yes. You believe in the spirits. He is here, and he's looking over you, and he's going to pat you on the back. You feel that? That's John, I think. Okay, have a great day. I have another meeting. And today, now I'm going downtown to the Seattle Labor Temple. I'm going to talk about homelessness. That's a key word, because even though we had 54,000 acres we gave up by signing the treaty, we do own 2/3 of an acre. Is that a shock, or? No, we do. We own 2/3 of an acre, and that's where our longhouse. Come and join us sometime. Come over there. We have a lot of events going on, and we'd love to see you. Come on over. We're having the children's. I have to. This one thing. You got any kids? We're having a children's potlatch in about 2 weeks, so come join that. Bring your kids.
Where is it?
The Longhouse?
Right across the street. Here, across the street.
Oh.
Yeah. A lot of people say, "Gee, I didn't know you were here. Where do you live?" "West Seattle." I said, "Oh, for heaven's sakes." And how come you don't paint your longhouse? Because a long time ago, 150 years ago, there was no paint. Anyway, have a great day. Thank you for listening to my work.